We put this out there. It's happened in 485 locations in 28 countries on the exact same day. Women and girls participated in a 4-hour experience in all of these locations. It made history. More than 20,000 women participated, and they shared their experience on social media. And I think that one of the things I'm most proud of is with all the things that were going on, it was my personal mission to make sure that we transcended age, race, language, religions, and nationalities. We had 3 Muslim countries participate: Morocco, Tunisia, and Dubai. The event started in Australia, and it continued east across the globe, ending in Hawaii. And somewhere in the world, there was a WGD event in motion for 24 hours straight.
So why are we so interested in this? Well, there's really 2 reasons. One is, if you look at it strictly from a percentage basis, one of our stated goals is we want for golf to look like America looks. And I'm speaking just about the United States here, and I realize this is a global effort, but from a gender perspective, we want to look like America looks. From a ethnicity perspective, we want to look like America looks. From an age perspective, we want to look like America looks. From a disability or ability perspective, we want to look like America looks. And in the case of women's, we're the furthest away from how America looks. In the United States, women represent 50+% of the population. 24% of the golf population today are women. However, that's up from 20% just 4 or 5 years ago. So we feel like the graph's moving in the right direction, but obviously that's a 26% delta between how America looks and how our game looks. So that is the area where we have the most need to look more like America looks, if you will. So that's number 1. But number 2, and I'll relate this to a personal story, it's the right thing to do. It really is. If you look at what golf represents, we had a panel this morning where we were talking about the charitable impact of golf. We just announced that golf generates $3.9 billion for charity per annum, which, by the way, is more than the NFL, the NBA, Major League Baseball, and the NHL combined do. But golf does things because it's the right thing to do, and in this case, this is the right thing to do. The reason that I got so interested in this related back to a very vivid experience I had 18 years ago. My daughter was like 10 or 12 years old, and I said to myself, she's probably smarter than both of her brothers. She definitely works harder than both of her brothers, so why should she not have the same opportunities in life that they have? Just because the fact that she's a girl and they're men, or boys at that time. And so that stuck with me, that philosophy I've had, and I've tried to take that forward in all the organizations I've been involved with in terms of opportunities for women in the places where women occupy leadership in our organization. So I relate that to this as well, because you've got all the stats, and that's great, but what really moves people is emotion and personal anecdotes. So for me, that's why I'm involved with this personally and why we are as an organization. So thank you, Elisa.
Thank you.
Steve, thanks. Your comments were really spot on. And when I met up with Elisa, from a ClubCorp perspective, we own and operate over 200 plus properties. And when we started getting involved in this program last year, I mean, our initiative to really grow the game and try and focus more on the lady golfer kind of hit a good stride. And as we look to this year, I mean, the program that you put together is really key to our organization going forward. You've seen the stats, and it's huge to see. Congratulations to your efforts in the Golf 2020 side to see the numbers start to grow on women's participation. But when you look at it, I mean, 99% of the decisions made in a household is by the woman. And we appreciate that. And obviously a big portion of what happens in our private clubs is the membership side of it. So we really looked at this whole opportunity as an opportunity to grow our business, but also grow the game. And obviously, from the women's perspective, most times they're getting the juniors involved in the game, and that's a big priority of ours going forward because we want to see the game grow in both areas, in women and in juniors. So when we look at this day, I mean, it's a priority for us. I mean, last year I know we were a little bit late to the game, but we made it a priority that all 160 of our golf clubs would participate, and we're making that a priority again this year because it is extremely important to us as we start to look at our membership business, and the lady is a big portion of that piece of our business, and it's a priority for us to continue to grow that avenue and make sure that we're making it available to all levels of ability. And the thing is making it fun. It's not about having to play, as Elisa made point up here, it's not about playing 18 holes, it's not about taking Saturday morning tee times. It's about making it fun and getting people engaged and really growing relationships and connections with their family and business associates, and also growing their friends. So, the Get Golf Ready program is a big program of ours, and I think we're going to expand on that even more this year. But this day, Elisa, has really been important to us, and we look forward to growing it and really, across the board, growing the participation. And thank you for your efforts, and we're excited to be a part of it. So thank you.
Yeah, and you are out of Firestone. And
Right,
you held it at your event. So this isn't, like I said, it was truly sincere. This isn't like a coup to take over the Saturday morning tee times. It is men and women, whether they're teachers or pros, and the thought was that they're going to get people involved, because children don't pop out as millennials, they come out as babies, somebody's got to drive them to the golf lessons. And you guys did a phenomenal job. I think you said you got memberships, you saw real results.
We did. I think we generated over the course of the 116, and we were actually a little bit late to the game getting involved, but I think we had over 500 people or so participate across the country, and we actually did sign up a couple of memberships, which is great, but it was also just, it was also to help support in the community that we, as a private club, in whatever community we're based in across the country, that we were supporting, being involved in the program and actually trying to get ladies into the game and really kind of grow it. So it's a great opportunity, and we're really excited about participating again this year.
Thank you.
My name's David MacLaren. I think the thing I want to say most of all is why on earth should women not take over Saturday morning tea times? Why not? In some ways, that's the only credibility I can bring to this discussion, because I sort of sit here as an employee of the men's European Tour, with two roles within that tour. One is running European Tour properties, and the other one is running the European Senior Tour, the men's European Senior Tour. So why am I qualified to cast any observations at all, or make any observations on women's golf? And I want to try and do it quickly. And when you talk about, and Steve talks so powerfully about trying to make golf look like the US, when I look at that perspective, say just from a UK perspective, in the UK, 13%, don't necessarily report this, Jeff, please, unless I tell you to. 13% of club members in the UK are female. 13%. So we've got the third largest golf market in the world, and 13% of our million club members are female. And that's an accident of history, so I don't think golf can be seen to be guilty or having deliberately propagated that situation, but it's absolutely embarrassing for all of us. And we European Tour Properties, I guess I need to talk about the company that's paying me to be here. European Tour Properties is a network of 24 different destinations, world-class destinations across the world, 19 different countries. We are very proud of what we do. We're very proud of how inclusive we are. We're very proud of the fact that we think, whether it's Terre Blanche in the south of France, or Jumeirah Golf Estates in Dubai, or Constance Belmar Plage in Mauritius, have I got any other venues that are represented here? Estonia Golf and Country Club. That we treat all visitors, members, corporate golfers in the same way, irrespective of any of the things that Steve talked about earlier on. And we think that's the right way to make sure that women's golf increases.
Anthony?
The fourth man on the queue, and lucky last. So I'm with the International Golf Federation, and the International Golf Federation represents golf within the Olympic movement. And some of you may recall that August last year, golf came back to the Olympic program after a 112-year break. In fact, it was 116 years since women actually participated in the Olympics, and we can proudly say, as a sport, we were one of the first sports in the Olympic movement to have women participate in the Olympic Games. And why was golf part of the Olympic program? Why did we re-enter the program? Why did the movement bring golf back in? Well, one of the key points is our values. It's a sport for all. It's healthy. It's social. It's a family game. Very few can say that. And what I've described are all the characteristics that a woman is looking for in a sport, for themselves to play and participate, and for their children and their husband. And why wouldn't the International Golf Federation go out to its 149 members and encourage them to say to their members, open up for one day of the year your course for women and showcase the values of our sport. And that's what this day will do.
It's an event in a box. It's a very simple universal format. 1 day, 4 hours. They have a choice of 2 hours of lessons or 2 hours 9-hole play. Then you stop and you have a 2-hour social event. And that can be broken up or created however you choose to do that. This is Waterville in Ireland. They were the first course to sign up in Europe for our event. So big applause. A course that was founded in 1889. So I think that's really remarkable. But thank you, gentlemen, and there's, most importantly, we have our Inspire Action, because that is what we hope we did. Steve Mona.